More reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of episode 30 of season 3 of Sailor Moon, the Messiah of Silence Awakens, question mark, Stars of Destiny, and press play when I press play when the timer reaches 0. I'm optimistic. They've nailed so much of this season so far that I have a lot of hope for the final act of this season, which I'm guessing is properly getting underway. We've this plus 8 episodes to go, so 9 episodes to go. So probably a couple of Monster of the Weeks in there, maybe 2, 3. Dun, 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 dun. I may not like this as much as the first 2 seasons intros, but I will say visually they fucking nailed it again. Not as well as OP2. That one is just a legend unto itself, but it is. Honestly, I appreciate the fact the more characters the better if I like the characters, and I like all the characters. Pluto was she just showed up. Pluto's the one I have the most meh feelings about. She's kind of too much of a stalwart professional. I like Michiru. I kind of hemmed and hawed about that for a little while because she's a little bit more bland than her more interesting counterpart, but it's not a bad bland. Did she say isekai? Wait. We don't have time to introduce that kind of plotline. Usagi in another world! Is this frequently how you run? Back in Dreamland, okay. No! That's a pretty good scary face. Alright, I will grant that just for pure visual design and what they do with the effects, you are the most intimidating main baddie so far. Okay. Once the Messiah awakens, assuming Haruna doesn't just become her, which I suppose maybe. Yeah, right? That was a little weird. I'll get her name right at some point. Gosh, I will. Hotaru. I don't know why I get her name so fucked up. I don't know. It's not hard. But yeah, after the Messiah awakens, assuming that Hotaru doesn't just poof. Pure evil, maybe. Will the sickness go away, or? You're right. This is such an up. Yeah, this doesn't count. God, if there's anybody whose hair has had a more significant change in their weird twilight lighting that they sometimes do. Oh, by the way, I now assume that Chibiusa must have been in the manga because she's got way too much to do with Hotaru. I can't imagine it was all just Usagi. Maybe they changed it all and they flipped it around, but I mean, you really need to because Pluto really should be motivated for this because, like, there's a we. I don't. Time travel doesn't always make sense of this, but the future is still there, right? Like, usually this kind of story would at least hand wave why the time travel character is still worried about events. Make me happier. Welcome to the Countdown 50. Let's get it on! They've got to get a pure heart, but they don't really tend to kill off people, even minor characters. Not without undoing it. So, how do they do both? Because maybe they do some kind of justification, like hand wavy nonsense, like they did with Haruka and Michiru. But yeah, other than the monsters, have they killed anybody? I don't think so. I don't count it if they came back to life afterwards. That doesn't count. Right, but this is a weird thing to pressure someone into. I wonder if they're doing a little bit of foreshadowing here. What's with the aggressive glass cage you got yourself in there? I mean, I know you are in danger, but are you usually? It's a, it's a coincidence! Giant coinky dink! Which, and I actually do think it's a coincidence too. I don't think that whenever this kind of thing happens in this show, it's fate or something. I think it's just a series of extreme coincidences. Feel like they lean towards it just being good old main character luck. Sailor Moon Super. They expect them to. Right. Mars is also on board with this plan if you'd let her be, at least her. How are you not sure? It's not like you haven't had a good. It's not like you haven't been able to sense evil before. How does this help us? I think that we get the idea. The destruction of world, bad. I don't think that there's something that you could see here that'd be like, oh wait, that is worse than what I was thinking. Yo! Like, yeah, we get the idea. What did you think? I mean, honestly, I would go worse than this if I was to be surprised by the destruction of the world. Like, when you said destruction of the world, this is kind of what I pictured without needing it. Yes, that is what the destruction of the world means. Everybody dies. I wasn't feeling the design, but the that line is good. That was a good line. We haven't had a diamond in a while that was quite this on the flashing bend. So I'm hoping we don't go too much farther with that. Aw. You gotta think Mimet's like, how do you guys keep finding me so quickly? Ooh, again? That's the first time you've made that decision. Fight together! You're pretty tough, I think! For a second, I thought she was like, hey, wait a second, I want to be a Sailor Scout! Meh, meh. Right in her head. Usually he does that to stop an attack. Like, that's already in motion. If that's like... Yes, a massacre is bad, I agree. Joke. I always feel bad. Honestly, I didn't much care in prior seasons because they didn't give the diamonds, not the equivalents of the diamonds, like the Cardians and etc., nearly this much personality. But this, I feel bad when they've got a complete personality. I at least want some of the more interesting ones to stick around a little longer. Some of them don't even, like, seem totally evil or anything like that. Like, they're just doing a job. Cool. Cool. No! Is that a good idea? Is somebody gonna tank the attack? Ooh! Oh, God, I didn't realize that she was still going strong. That's as wide of an attack as you made? She could have just, like, stepped to the side. Is this the battle we've been waiting for? Yes! Yes, we do! You just showed us! I really want Usagi to be like, girl, you're so fired for this later! Damn it. I really wanted to fight. Well, that's convenient. Man, I love this guy. Ultimately, well, no, I'm not gonna say that they should just stand aside just because those three said, hey, let's kill this girl! A, two of the three of them don't have the kind of credit that they would be like, yes, I'm just gonna allow you to murder somebody. But B, Usagi's got a long enough history of being like, no, wait, we're saving everybody. And it working, so I can't blame them. Yeah, I am fully on board with this. We need that fight! It's been built up for too long. The battle between Sailor Guardians. To not get it would just be painful at this point. Okay. Next time.